The Del Mar College's 2022 graduating class of physical therapy assistant students. On behalf of the faculty and the college, we want to give you a welcome. This sure beats the group or not the group. It sure beats the feel we had last year with COVID. Everybody having to sit separated, everybody with masks. You couldn't hear anybody speak. It was a bit of a challenge, but welcome. We're glad you're here. You know, pinning ceremonies have been around for a long time. Not as long as graduation ceremonies, but I think at some point, if you've been to a graduation ceremony, you know that they're not perfect. It's where families go and they want to see their family member, their special person, graduate, walk the stage. They want to celebrate with them. And if 30 of you show up, we might hear you from the back of the American Bank Center if you yell loud. Pinning ceremonies are better because it's just your graduates, it's just the family, and we get to celebrate it the way we see fit. So pinning ceremonies are a special tradition that a lot of the health science programs put on. And it's our way of celebrating the way we would like to have graduation go. So again, thank you. My name is Glenn Madden. I'm the Allied Health Program or Allied Health Department Chair, and we appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Madden. And welcome everyone, family and friends of our graduates and community clinicians that are here tonight for this tremendous celebration that we have with these students. My name is Sharon Donovan Mitchell. I am the program director of the Physical Therapist Assistant Program here at Del Mar, and it has been my privilege to serve as your faculty here. Just gonna miss you guys so much. Before we get underway, a couple of people to thank. Of course, Del Mar leadership. Thank you so much for helping us get back to normal here and getting to have this ceremony in a much more festive way this time. Also, Sean Meredith and team, thank you so much. This night could not be possible without you. You guys do an amazing job. Thank you. Tonight we are here to celebrate the transition of these student clinicians into their professional role within our community of practice. Graduates, you have worked so very hard over the past year and a half. And on behalf of our faculty, we are incredibly proud of you and looking forward to the adventures and the lives that you're going to change going forward. Next, I would like to introduce our student speaker. This evening, your class president, Miss Cara Dursky. Cara has served as class president and demonstrated strong leadership capabilities from the very beginning of this cohort and made a really, really positive impact here. So please welcome Cara.
Family, friends, clinical instructors, and clinicians. Thank you for joining us this evening as we celebrate the success and accomplishments of the Del Mar College Physical Therapist Assistant Program as a class of 2022. To be before you today has required countless hours of studying, dedication, and sacrifices. This journey has been nothing short of a challenge. Many of us have even created lifelong friends throughout our adventure. Class, as of now, you are and always will be a PTA. We have been instilled with profound knowledge, qualities, and the skills that a PTA should possess. As we leave, remember one thing: always be the best clinician you can be. With every waking morning, into your workplace and be the best clinician for not only your patients, but also the community in which you now are serving. Let your great character and individual light shine to attract others and bring the greatness out in those around you. Treat each patient with a heart full of joy and kindness. As a clinician, always let your patients influence and bring out the best qualities within you. Furthermore, and as Dr. Mitchell has harped, be known as a clinician that keeps treatments enjoyable, fun, and creative. We all know patients hate doing the same exercise 101 times. Strive to be the one that coworkers jump to work with for joy and look around up to for knowledge or creativity, as we all know PTAs commit to lifelong learning. Going forward, strive to always bring out the best in those around you and also let those around you bring out the best within yourself. Mom and Dad, on the behalf of the classmates behind me, we want to issue a formal thank you for the purchase of the Score Builders books that we have used to get to their exit exams and state boards at this point. At this moment, we would leave our audience with the sayings Dr. Mitchell has repeated 1,000,001 times over the past 2 years, and hopefully she gets uncontrollably giggly. Number 1, I want you to see this with the bird's eye view, but when we got to the test, it was not the bird's eye view. Number 2, see this with your mind's eye, and if there's anything the class of 22 wants to teach Dr. M is that the mind does not have eyes, only an occipital lobe. Number 3, don't get in the weeds, or I don't want y'all getting in the weeds, guys, but on the exam, you should have had the weed eater. Number 4, it's clear as mud. We've yet to find said clear mud here in South Texas. Number 5, embrace the butterflies, but this wasn't to be confused with bubble guts. Number 6, I like it, but I don't love it. So this was our reassurance that it was at least a C. Number 7, it's not rocket science. Well, at the time it was, but look at us, we made it. Number 8, in the long and in the short, thank you for being with us here tonight.
Oh, I love it. That was great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Next, we would like to recognize our outstanding PTA Student of the Year. Not only does this award go to a student with a GPA of over 3.5 or over, but this student is selected by their peers as exhibiting the highest quality of character, consistent with the American Physical Therapy Association values exemplary of a therapist. This year's outstanding PTA Student of the Year goes to Leah Alley. Next, please allow me to introduce your inspirational speaker of the evening. Mr. Robert Potter was selected by the students to provide parting words of wisdom and encouragement. In gratitude, I give you Mr. Robert Potter, physical therapy assistant and adjunct faculty member.
So you can see I have a very long speech here prepared. I was very honored to be here. One, I wrote 2 speeches, so just to let y'all know, to be forewarned, I have a speech for the students. I'm honored, honestly, to be your inspirational speaker. Thank you for choosing me. And 2, I received a phone call from Cara and Jacob saying that I'm actually being inducted to the PTA Alumni Hall of Fame. Is that correct? No? Okay, well, there went that speech, but I do have, hold on, it's here. Oh, I have their speech. All right. I've been a PTA for 15 years. I was a graduate of this program in 2007, and over the years, I've always had students always ask me, what is it like to become a PTA? What is it like to be a treating therapist? And what do I need to know to become a very good treating therapist? Basically, it's all gonna pour down to your heart. It's how you feel more than what you know. We all have the tools. We always have more room to grow. There's more classes to take, CEUs that you have to do. There's just tons of information out there for you to learn. You just have to know where to find it, and you will always grow. I have, over the years, I've looked at other therapists as they're treating their patients. I've looked at their ideas. I've twisted it around, converted it to my own, and I've made something for myself, for my patients. But at the same time, too, I take into account what the patient needs. I listen to them. I hear them. My first few months as a therapist, I remember I was so anxious. I wanted to find the aha moment that made me want to be that therapist that I wanted to be. After hearing Michelle Voigt give our inspirational speech on my pinning ceremony, I just wanted to go out there and save the world. I wanted to find that one moment that defined why I spent 2 years of sacrifice from my family and my friends to be here today. And in that, within those first few months, I got a guy to stand up for the first time. In 7 years, this man had not stood up. He was bedbound. I listened to him. He says, really, all I need to do is to be able to roll over, transfer out of this bed, and get on a toilet so I can go to the bathroom like a normal human being and not have to be changed into bed. I said, fine, let's work on that. And we worked on it and worked on it, and we got him there. He's like, okay, let's start working. I want to get stronger. I want to be able to transfer better. So we got him in the parallel bars, and he stood up, and I'm holding him, and he's holding on for dear life, and every muscle shaking. And he sits back down. I said, okay, man, let's take a break. We're going to try it. He goes, nope. And he's pulling himself right back up. I said, you got to slow down. Don't overdo it. And he turned to me with tears in his eyes, and he said, you do not understand how I feel right now. I have not stood up in 7 years. You're the first person to make me feel like I'm a human again, and I'm going to keep doing this until I can't do it again. Okay, so let's keep on going. And over the years, I've had many success stories. Listening to what every clinical instructor I ever had, what they would tell me, all the knowledge they gave me, everything I had, I poured it into making sure I can always have those beautiful moments ever again. I got a guy to walk again. We were out on the front lawn of the nursing home that I work in. I'm watching him, and of course, as a therapist, I'm watching his feet every single step of the way, not paying attention to what he's doing. He turns around, I look up, he's crying. I'm like, what happened? Are you in pain? Are you what's going on? And he stops. He looks at me, he says, I'm going home tomorrow. I didn't know how to tell you because I didn't want to break your heart, but I'm going home tomorrow. My brother called me. I told him how well I'm doing. He came in last night to see me, and he saw how good I am. I said, I'm going to be able to go home now because of you. Fortunately, that was a day of a payday, so I saw the paycheck. The paycheck looked great, which is what we all want. But however, I looked at that paycheck, and I would have gladly have traded that paycheck for one more moment with this guy or any other guy after that. And over the course of 15 years, like I said, I've had many success stories. It doesn't mean you're going to have a couple of bad ones, but take every good one you can. Be all that you can be. Listen to your patient. They're going to tell you how to treat them. You know what to do, but they're going to tell you how to do it, what they need out of this. And last, this is what I actually did right for y'all. When becoming a therapist, always remember that for each patient that you see, you may be the only person in their life that is capable of healing, hearing, and holding their pain. And if that isn't sacred, I don't know what is. The therapy world is a beautiful place, and tonight, with the induction of you, it's even a better place tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Potter. That was very inspirational. And my name is Luke Markert. I'm the Director of Clinical Education here at the PTA program at Del Mar College. And I'm going to honor one of our clinical instructors who was selected by the students as the Clinical Instructor of the Year. But before I do that, I just want to extend my sincere thanks on behalf of Dr. Mitchell and myself for the dedication and the hard work that all of the clinical instructors put forth on behalf of our students. It's not easy being a clinical instructor, and I've been a clinical instructor before, and it takes extra time out of your day, and you might have to stay a little bit later, and some students require a little more help than others. I'm not going to mention any names, but I think it goes without saying that we would not have a successful PTA program without your dedication. So I'd like to give you guys a round of applause, all the clinical instructors. And I also want to mention a few of our clinical instructors that I believe some are here tonight that were nominated for the Clinical Instructor of the Year award. And those individuals are Caitlin Giles, physical therapist assistant at Christus Spawn Shoreline. Robert Flores, PTA at Christus Spawn South. Talitha Stouffer, PTA at Post-Acute Medical. Ruben Salinas, PTA at Bay Area Hospital. Thomas Hauk, PT at Shea Physical Therapy. And last but not least, Hava Carpenter, PTA at Doctors Regional. So this year, the Clinical Instructor of the Year is Chelsea Rios, PTA with Christus Spawn Hospital Shoreline Inpatient Rehab.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Chelsea, and all of the nominees. And again, thank you for your work. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dr. John Fisher, who will read the passages of thanks.
I want to thank the students for short passages. And yes, Sandy, I've been practicing your name for the last 6 months, I guess. So, Leah Alley. I would like to thank God, along with my family, friends, and those that contributed to my education throughout this program. Without the continuous support and encouragement from each of you, I would have not made it to this point. Also, big shout out to my parents and Jesse for always being there when needed and putting up with me during stressful times. Cara Dursky. Mom, Dad, Logan, family, thank you for the unwavering, never-ending support and encouragement. Without y'all, I wouldn't be standing here in front of you today. Dad, this doesn't mean I'm now your personal therapist. Let's take a moment to appreciate all the free family time I'll have for you all now. And yes, Logan, that means I will go to the golf course with you more often. Henry Green. Henry would like to thank his wife Missy and kids for understanding all the late night studying and not being able to participate in activities. He would also like to thank his parents for being supportive and willing to help when needed. Last, he'd like to thank Maria's little sister who believed in him and helped him with just about everything from taking care of her nieces to listening to him vent and so much more. Jacob Karsten. I would like to thank my family and friends for putting up with me during the course of this program. My life has changed drastically, and without y'all, I'd be stuck at HEB. William May. Thank you for everything, Dr. Mitchell, Mr. Markert. This journey has been tough, but with your help and sacrifices, we made it. I would like to also thank all the adjunct and clinical instructors for helping to provide the best education opportunities to learn. Thank you to my family and friends for always providing immense support. Thank you to my little brothers and big sister. Thank you to my mom and dad. Thank you to my grandpa and grandma. I don't know where I would be without y'all's help. Michael Moutet. Mike would like to thank his mom and dad for always believing in him and always being there to help in any way throughout the entire program. Also, he'd like to thank his two children, Mike and Arabella, for giving him the drive to push through all the times he was knocked down to get back up again and succeed. And lastly, we'd like to thank his wife, Roxanne, who made it possible for him to be able to go back to school and graduate. You supported our Ariana Munoz. I would like to thank all of our professors and adjuncts for teaching us everything we know and being there for us when we needed help or advice. I want to thank all of my classmates. We all got through this together. I would like to thank my family for all the love and support, especially my dad, my mom, my stepdad, and Ruby. They provided me with all the tools to be successful. They believed in me even in times when I didn't believe in myself. I'm so happy and blessed that they all get to be here and share this special moment with me. Barbie Perez. I would like to thank my family and friends for always motivating me to give my all. They believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself, and I'm thankful to have such great people in my life. This was a tough program, and they're the ones that pushed me through it. Never once did they let me give up. Shout out to Zandy and Leah for being my study buddies. Couldn't have done it without y'all. Justin Rosas. My success and perseverance through this program wouldn't be possible without the constant support and study habits of my classmates, Savannah, Ariana, Cara, OJ, and Will. The immense compassion and understanding of Dr. Sharon Donovan Mitchell, and the love of my family who supported my dream. Samantha Sines. I would like to thank my parents for all the sacrifices they've made to help me get through the college. I would also like to thank my family for always being my biggest support system, more specifically my brothers for always playing my pretend patience. I'm truly grateful to have you all by my side throughout this journey. Daniela Cerna. I would like to say thank you for my family for being so supportive throughout this process. Thank you to my parents who have given me everything I needed to be successful. Thank you to my brother for listening to me whine. I'm so appreciative for all the love and kindness that I've been shown throughout the last 2 years, not only by my family, but also by my friends who helped me survive. OJ Torres. First, I'd like to thank the Lord for allowing us to be here today. Thank you to my family who showed up for support on this special evening. I'll leave each one of you. Thank you for my grandparents for the continued support throughout the program. You all believed in me even when I couldn't believe in myself. Thank you to my sister for pushing me to the best I can be. I've looked up to each of you for as long as I could remember. He wrote the longest passage, so I watched each of you walk the stage and go on to become the best of the best profession you've chosen. I've always wondered if I could be as successful as the both of you. Thank you to my stepdad for your support in teaching me when the chips are down, how you responded to the true judgment of your character. I hope one day I can be half the man you are. Finally, thank you to my mother. Words will never be able to describe how grateful I am for you. You made me into the man I am today, and I can hope someday I can repay you for everything you've done for me. Thank you. You owe me a beer. Zandy Van Schoonhoven. I would like to thank my 3 daughters, Oshana, Javen, and Peyton, for giving all their help and support during the duration of this challenging program. Cooking and cleaning, maintaining a positive environment, reminded me that no matter how hard it seems, the finish line is close, and always keeping my mommy drink full. Special thanks to Barbie and Leah for keeping me sane during long hours we spent studying. Savannah Williams. I want to thank all my family and friends for the kindness, patience, support, and love you have all shown me through this difficult and exciting time in my life. And big shout out to my mom. Thank you for putting up with me. Your sacrifice doesn't go unnoticed.
Thank you, Dr. Fisher, and congratulations, graduates. Will you please rise and join me in reciting the oath of a physical therapist assistant? In the presence of my colleagues, friends, family, teachers, and in view of the honored profession I am entering into, I solemnly and willingly state that I dedicate myself to the following. I will practice physical therapy with compassion for the vulnerabilities in each of my patients and will work to preserve their dignity and promote their health and welfare. I will value the lives of my patients as I value my own life. Through my concern for their significance and with respect for them and the confidential nature of our relationship, I will be humble. I recognize my limitations and will continue to consult with my colleagues and coworkers for knowledge with which I can better treat my patients and for the inspiration to expand and augment my education. I will share my knowledge with my colleagues and patients freely with compassion and patience. I will work toward the improvement of the quality of life for all of my patients. I will honor the choices that my patients make with respect to their wishes and needs. I will do no harm to another human. I will work to improve the practice of physical therapy so that all who seek it will receive treatment which is proper, ethical, and just. I will not allow my judgment regarding the practice of my profession to be influenced by race, creed, religion, greed, or unethical behavior. I will expect the same behavior from my colleagues and coworkers. Thus, with this oath, I freely accept the obligations and rewards which will accompany my practice of physical therapy. Congratulations. In closing, I leave you with a quote from Mother Teresa. Life is an opportunity, benefit from it. Life is beauty, admire it. Life is a dream, realize it. On behalf of all of us, your faculty and all of your supporters, I look forward to seeing where your dreams lead next. Thank you so much.